Because of illness of one of the cast members, tonight the part of the bosun will be played by Peter Saxby.
Certainly plain. And I'm 3/4 too, ain't I? You are rather triangular.
I'm ugly and they hate me for it. They all hate me, don't you?
We do.
There.
We wouldn't go for to hurt up fellow creatures' feelings, but a man with such a name as Dick Deadeye, you can't expect him to be a popular character now, can you?
No,
It's asking too much, ain't it?
it is. From such a face and form as mine, the noblest sentiments sound like the black utterances of a depraved imagination. It is human nature. I am resigned.
But tell me, who's the youth whose faltering feet with difficulty bear him on his course?
But is the smartest lad in all the fleet, Rafe Rackstraw.
Brave Nick! Remorse, remorse.
The nightingale sighed for the moon's bright ray, and told his tale in his own melodious way. He sang a well a day. He sang a well a day. The lonely vale to the mountain vainly sighed. To his humble wail the echoing hills replied. They sang a well a day. They sang a well a day. I know the value of a kindly chorus, but choruses yield little consolation when we have pain and sorrow too before us. I love and love, alas, above my station.
He loves and loves, alas, above his station.
Yes, yes, the lad is much above his station.
A maiden fair to see, the pearl of minstrelsy, a bud of blushing beauty, for whom proud nobles sigh and with each other vie to do her menial's duty. To do her menial's duty. A suitor lowly born with hopeless passion torn, and body armed denying, has dared for her to pine at whose exalted shrine a world of wealth is sighing. A world of wealth is sighing. Unlearned he not save that which love has taught, the love had been his tutor. Oh, pity, pity me, a captain's daughter she, and I that lonely suitor. Oh, pity, pity me, a captain's daughter she, and I that lonely
Ah, me poor chap, you've risen too high. Our worthy captain's child won't have nothing to say to a poor chap like you.
Shame. No, no. Captain's daughters don't marry foremast hands.
Dick Deadeye, them sentiments of yourn is a disgrace to our common nature.
But it's a strange anomaly that the daughter of a man who hails from the quarter-deck may not love another who lays out on the foreyard arm. For a man is but a man, whether he hoists his flag on the main truck or his slacks on the main deck.
It's a queer world.
Dick Deadeye, I've no desire to press hardly upon you, but such a revolutionary sentiment is enough to make an honest sailor shudder.
My lads, our worthy captain has come on deck. Let us greet him as so gallant a seaman, so worthy a gentleman deserves.
The gallant crew, good morning.
Sir, good morning.
I hope you're all quite well.
Quite well. And you, sir?
I am in reasonable health, and happy to meet you all once more.
You do us proud, sir.
I am the captain of the Pinafore.
Very right, good captain, too.
You're very, very good, and be it understood by commander of right good crew.
We're very, very good, and be it understood, we command a right good crew.
No relation to a peer like a Catherine or steer or ship for salvaging. I've never known to whale in the fury of a gale. I've never, never sink at sea.
What never?
No, never.
What never?
Hardly ever.
He's hardly a sink at sea. Then his riches and much more for the hardy captain of the Pinafore. His riches and much more for the captain of the Pinafore.
I do my best to satisfy you all.
And if you we're quite content,
You're exceedingly polite, and I think it's only right to return the compliment.
we're exceedingly delighted, and he thinks it's only right to return your compliment.
That language or abuse I never, never use, whatever the emergency. Though bother it I may occasionally stray, I never use a big, big D.
What never?
No, never.
What never?
Well, hardly ever.
Then his riches and much more for the well-bred captain of the Pinafore. His riches and much more for the captain of the Pinafore.
Sad, you are sad. The silent eloquence of yonder tear that trembles on your eyelash proclaims a sorrow far more deep than common. Confide in me, fear not, I am a mother.
Yes, little buttercup, I'm sad and sorry. My daughter Josephine, the fairest flower that ever blossomed on ancestral timber, is sought in marriage by Sir Joseph Porter, our Admiralty's first lord. But for some reason, she does not seem to tackle kindly to it.
What was Sir Joseph? Ah, I know too well the anguish of a heart that loves but vainly. But see, here comes your most attractive daughter. I go. Farewell.
to melancholy. You must look your best today, for Sir Joseph Porter, KCB, will be here to claim your promised hand.
Ah, Father, your words cut me to the quick. I can esteem, venerate Sir Joseph, for he is a great and good man. But, oh, I cannot love him. My heart is already given.
Then as I feared. Given, and to whom? Not to some gilded lordling.
No, Father, the object of my love is no lordling. Oh, pity me, for he is but a humble sailor on board your own ship.
Impossible.
Yes, it is true, too true.
A common sailor? Oh, fie!
I blush for the weakness that allows me to cherish such a passion. I hate myself when I think of the depth to which I have stooped in permitting myself to think tenderly of one so ignobly born. But I love him. I love him.
Come, my child, in a matter of the heart I would not coerce my daughter. I attach but little value to rank or wealth. But the line must be drawn somewhere. A man in his position may be brave and worthy, but at every step he would commit solecisms of society could never pardon.
I have thought of this night and day, but fear not, Father, I have a heart and therefore I love. But I am your daughter, and therefore I am proud. Though I carry my love with me to the tomb, he shall never, never know it.
You are my daughter after all. But see, Sir Joseph's barge approaches, manned by 12 trusty oarsmen and accompanied by the admiring crowd of sisters, cousins and aunts that attend him wherever he goes. Retire, my child, to your cabin. Take this photograph with you. It may help bring you to a more reasonable frame of mind.
My own thoughtful father.
Queen's Navy, whose praise Great Britain loudly chants.
We are his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
We are his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. His sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
When at anchor here I ride, my bosom swells with pride, and I snap my fingers at a foreman's taunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. His sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And when the breezes blow, I generally go below and seek the seclusion that a cabin grants.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. His sisters and his cousins will be reckoned on by dozens and his aunts.
When I was a lad, I served a term as office boy in an attorney's firm. I cleaned the windows and I swept the floor, and I polished up the handle on the big front door.
He polished up the handle on the big front door.
I polished up the handle so carefully that now I'm the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He polished up the handle so carefully that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
As office boy, I made such a mark, they gave me the post of a junior clerk. I served the writs with a smile so bland and copied the letters in a big round hand.
He copied all the letters in a big round hand.
I copied all the letters in a hand so free that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He copied all the letters in a hand so free that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
In serving writs, I made such a name that an article clerk I soon became. I wore clean collars and a brand new suit for the pass examination at the Institute.
For the pass examination at the Institute.
That pass examination did so well for me that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
That pass examination did so well for me that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Of legal knowledge I acquired such a grip that they took me into the partnership. That junior partnership I win was the only ship that I had ever seen.
The only ship he ever had seen.
And that kind of ship so suited me that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
But that kind of ship so suited me that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
I grew so rich that I was sent by Pocket into Parliament. I always voted my party's call and never thought of thinking for myself at all.
He never thought of thinking for himself at all.
I thought so little, they rewarded me by making me the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He thought so little, they rewarded me by making him the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Now, landsmen or whoever you may be, if you want to rise to the top of the tree, if your soul isn't fitted to an office stool, be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Stick close to your desks and never go to sea. And you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
Stick close to your desks and never go to sea, and you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
You have a remarkably fine crew, Captain Corcoran.
It is a fine crew, Sir Joseph.
A British sailor is a splendid fellow, Captain Corcoran.
A splendid fellow indeed, Sir Joseph.
I hope you treat your crew kindly, Captain Corcoran.
Indeed, I hope so, Sir Joseph.
Never forget that they are the bulwarks of England's greatness, Captain Corcoran.
So have I always considered them, Sir Joseph.
No bullying, I trust. No strong language of any kind, eh?
Oh, never, Sir Joseph.
What, never?
Well, hardly ever. They're an excellent crew, and do their work thoroughly without it.
Don't patronise them, sir. Pray don't patronise them.
Certainly not, Sir Joseph.
That you are their captain is an accident of birth. I cannot allow these noble fellows to be patronised because an accident of birth has placed you above them and them below you.
I'm the last person to insult a British sailor, Sir Joseph.
You are the last person who did, Captain Corcoran. Desire that splendid seaman to step forward. No, the other splendid seaman.
Break Ratchmore, 3 paces to the front, march!
If what?
If what? I don't think I understand you.
If you please.
If you please!
You're a remarkably fine fellow.
Yes, Your Honour.
And a first-rate seaman, I'll be bound.
There ain't a smarter topman in all the Navy, Your Honour. Though I say it, you shouldn't.
Not at all. Proper self-respect, nothing more. Can you dance a hornpipe?
No, Your Honour.
That's a pity. All sailors should dance hornpipes. I will teach you one this evening after dinner. Now tell me, don't be afraid. How does your captain treat you, eh?
I bet a captain don't walk the deck, Your Honour.
Good. I like to hear you speak well of your commanding officer. I dare say he don't deserve it. Can you sing?
I can hum a little, Your Honour.
Oh, good. Then this at your leisure. It is a song that I have composed for the use of the Royal Navy. It is designed to encourage independence of thought and action in the lower branches of the service, and to teach the principle that a British sailor is any man's equal, excepting mine. And now, Captain Corcoran, a word with you in your cabin on a tender and sentimental subject.
Aye, aye, Sir Joseph. Boatswain, in commemoration of this joyous occasion, see that extra grog is served out to the ship company at 7 bells.
Beg pardon, Your Honour. If what?
If what? I don't think I understand you. What?
The gentleman is quite right, if you please.
If you please.
For I hold that on the seas, the expression, if you please, a particularly gentlemanly tone implies.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts, his sisters and his cousins, so I reckon all my cousins and his aunts.
Sir Joseph is a true gentleman, kind and courteous to the most humblest.
But we are not the very humblest. Sir Joseph has explained our true position to us. As he says, a British sailor is any man's equal, excepting his. And if Sir Joseph says that, is it not our duty to believe him?
Aye. You're on a wrong tack, and so is he. What do you mean? I really don't know. When people have to obey other people's orders, equality's only a question.
Dick Deadeye, if you go for to infuriate this ship's company too far, I can't be held responsible for holding them in. I'm shocked, that's what I am, shocked.
Messmates, my mind's made up. I'll go to the captain's daughter and tell her like an honest man of the honest love I have for her. Is not my love as good as another's? Is not my heart as true as another's? Have I not hands and eyes and ears and limbs like another?
Yes.
True, I lack birth.
You've a berth on board this very ship.
Well, so, glad to have gotten that. Messmates, do you approve my determination?
We do.
I don't.
What's to be done with this here miserable chap? Let us singing the song Sir Joseph kindly composed for us. Perhaps it'll bring this here miserable creature to a proper state of mind.
I might be honourable, but I'm not unpatriotic. I sing it with you.
A British tar is a soaring soul, as free as a mountain bird. His energetic fist should be ready to resist our dictatorial word. His nose should have,
And his lip should curl,
his cheeks should flame,
and his brow should frown,
his bosom should heave,
and his heart should glow,
and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown blow. His nose should pant, and his lips should curl, his cheeks should flame, and his brow should flow, his bosom should heave, and his heart should flow, and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown blow. His eyes should flash with an inborn fire, his brow with scorn be wrung. He never should bow down to
Yet his must be a mind of no common order, or he would not dare to teach my dear father to dance a hornpipe on the cabin table. Rafe Rackstraw!
Aye, lady. None other than poor Rafe Rackstraw.
How my heart beats. And why poor, Rafe?
I am poor in the essence of happiness, lady. Rich only never-ending unrest. In me there meet a combination of antithetical elements which are at eternal war with one another, driven hither by objective influences, thither by subjective emotions, wafted one moment into blazing day by mocking hope, plunged the next into the Sumerian darkness of tangible despair. I am but a living ganglion of irreconcilable differences. I hope I make myself clear, my lady.
Perfectly. Simple eloquence goes to my heart. Oh, if I dared. No, the thought is madness. Dismiss these foolish fancies. They taunt you but needlessly. Come, make one effort.
I will, one. Josephine!
Sir!
I, even though Jove's armory were launched at the head of that audacious mortal whose lips, unhallowed by relationship, dare to breathe that precious word, yet would I breathe it once and then perchance be silent evermore. Josephine, in one brief breath, I will concentrate the hopes, the doubts, the fears of 6 anxious months. Josephine, I'm a British sailor, and I love you.
Sir, this audacity! Oh, my heart, my beating heart. This unwarrantable presumption on the part of a common sailor. Common, oh, the irony of the word. Oh, sir, you forget the disparity in our ranks.
I forget nothing, haughty lady. I love you desperately. My life is in your hands, I lay it at your feet. Give me hope and what I lack in education and polite accomplishment, that I will endeavour to acquire. But drive me to despair, and in death alone I shall seek consolation. I am proud and cannot stoop to implore. I have spoken, and I await your word.
You shall not wait long. Your proffered love I haughtily reject. Go, sir, and learn to cast your eyes on some village maiden in your own poor rank. They should be lowered if they are captain's daughter. Refrain, audacious tongue, your suit from pressing. Remember what you are, and whom addressing. Refrain, audacious tongue, your suit from pressing. Remember what you are, and whom addressing. Refrain, audacious tongue, remember what you are.
rejects my humble gift. She says I am ignobly born and cuts my hopes adrift. Milady. Oh, cruel one, oh, cruel one.
She's burned your suit. Oh ho, oh ho. I told you so. I told you so.
Shall they submit? Are we not slaves? Love comes alike to high and low. Return your sailors, rule the waves. And shall we stoop to insult? No, no.
You must submit, you are but slaves, a lady, she, ho, 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 ho. You lowly toilers of the way, she spurned you all, I told you so.
Shall they submit? Are we not slaves? Shall they submit? Are we not slaves? Love comes alike to high and low. Return your sailors, rule the waves. And shall we stoop to insult? No, no. My friends, my leave of life I'm taking. For oh, my heart is breaking when I am gone. Oh, prithee tell the maid that as I died, I loved her well. All night her lusty sleep is taking. Oh, this faithful heart is breaking. When he is gone, we'll sure is the way that as he died, he loved her well. Behold, my nestmate soul who love in rank above you. For Josephine I go.
Oh, stay your hand, I love you.
Oh, stay your hand, she loves you. Loves me.
Love you.
Yes, yes, oh yes, she loves you. Oh, joy, oh, rapture, unforeseen, oh, now the sky is all serene. Look on the day the overflow, as long as heads on high above, the sky is all ablaze. With healing words and loving song, we'll chase the roaming hours along.
And in the time the baby boy
We'll learn the fourth and glorious joy, dream without delays.
He thinks his one is Josephine, but though the sky is no serene, a frowning, a thunderbolt above me, and there is a sordid love which now is all ablaze. Our captain there this day is gone with me extremely down upon the wicked men who are deployed, who make his Josephine let's cry in many various ways.
Oh, joy, oh, rapture, unforeseen,
Our captain
oh,
soon
the sky
is
is all
around,
serene.
would be extremely down upon the wicked men who are deployed, who make his
The sky is all ablaze. He is Lord, He is Lord of
This very night with bated breath
captain's daughter, and you the meanest slave that draws the water. Back, burning, back, you love us. Back, burning, back, you show us. No, the fire is high.
Let's give 3 cheers for the sailors' pride, because the water breaks beside.
some high-born beauty? It may be. Who is the poor little buttercup that she should expect his glance to fall on one so lowly? And yet, if he knew, if he only knew.
Ah, little buttercup, still on board. That's not quite right, little one. It would have been more respectable for you to have gone ashore at dusk.
True, dear Captain. But the recollection of your sad, pale face chained me to the ship. I would fain see you smile before I go.
Ah, little buttercup, I fear it will be a long while before I recover my accustomed cheerfulness, for misfortunes crowd upon me, and all my old friends seem to have deserted me.
Oh no, dear Captain, do not say all. That were unjust to one at least.
True, for you are staunch to me. Methinks if I ever gave my heart again, it would be to such a one as this. I am touched to the heart by your innocent regard for me, and were we differently situated, I think I could have returned it. But as it is, I fear I can be nothing more to you than a friend.
I understand. You hold aloof from me because you are rich and lofty, and I, poor and lowly. But take care. The poor bumboat woman has gypsy blood in her veins, and she can read destinies.
Destinies?
Aye, there's a change in store for you.
A change?
Aye, be prepared. Things are seldom what they seem. Skim milk masquerades as cream. Highlows pass as patent leathers. Jackdaws strut in peacock's feathers.
Very true, so they do.
Black sheep dwell in every fold. All that glitters is not gold. Storks turn out to be but logs. Bulls are but inflated frogs.
So they be frequently.
Drops the wind and stops the mill. Turbot his ambitious grill. Gild the farthing if you will. Yet it is a farthing still.
Yes, I know that is so. Though to catch a fish I'm striving. It is shady, it is shady. I don't see at what you're driving, mystic lady, mystic lady. Stand to be surely steering, hard the mystic lady's dealing, with a right to honor revealing. Yes, I know.
That is so.
Though I'm anything but clever, I could talk like that forever. Once a cat was killed by care, only brave deserved the fair.
Very true, so they do.
Wit is often good as none, spoils the child who spares the rod. Thirsty lambs run foxy dangers, dogs are found in many mangers.
Frequently, I agree.
Or cat the chestnut snatches, worn out garments show new patches, only count the chick that hatches, men are grown up catching catches.
Yes, I know, that is so. Though to catch my drift is striving, I'll assemble, I'll assemble. When he knows what I'm driving, let him tremble, let him tremble.
Oh, mystic tomorrow, I shall learn the truth with sorrow. Here today and gone tomorrow. Yes, I know.
That is so.
Though the mystic toll I borrow, I shall learn the truth with sorrow. Here today and gone tomorrow. Yes, I know. That is so.
Incomprehensible as her utterances are, I nevertheless believe they are dictated by sincere regard for me. But to what new misery is she referring? Time alone can tell.
Captain Corcoran, I am much disappointed with your daughter. In fact, I don't think she will do.
She won't do, Sir Joseph?
I'm afraid not. The fact is that although I have urged my suit, with as much eloquence as is consistent with an official utterance. I have done so hitherto without success. How do you account for this?
Well, she is, of course, sensual of your condescension.
She naturally would be.
Perhaps your exalted rank dazzles her.
You think it does?
I can hardly say, but she is a modest girl, and her social position is far below your own. It may well be that she feels she's not worthy of you.
That is really rather a sensible suggestion, and displays more knowledge of human nature than I have given you credit for.
But soft, she is here. If your lordship would kindly reason with her, and assure her officially that it is a standing rule of the Admiralty that love levels all ranks, her respect for an official utterance might induce her to look upon your offer in its proper light.
It is not unlikely. I will adopt your suggestion. But soft, she is here. Let us withdraw and wait our opportunity. Captain Corcoran! Tut, tut, tut.
That I am
my exalted rank. I desire to convey to you my assurance that, if your hesitation is attributable to that circumstance, it is uncalled for.
Oh, then your lordship is of the opinion that married happiness is not inconsistent with discrepancy in rank?
I am officially of that opinion.
And that the high and the lowly may be truly happy together, provided that they truly love one another?
Madam, I desire to tell you my opinion that love is a platform on which all ranks meet.
I thank you, Sir Joseph. I did hesitate, but I will hesitate no longer. He little thinks how eloquently he has pleaded his rival's cause.
Never mind why and wherefore love can level ranks, and therefore though his lordship stations mighty, those competitors be his prey, though her tastes are mean and flighty, and her fortune poor and plain.
Ring the merry bells of worship, rend the air with warming wild, for the union of me lordship with a humble captain's child,
For a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water.
Let the air with joy be laden, ring with something air above, for the union of a maiden with the man who wants to love. Never mind the why and wherefore, love can level ranks, and therefore, though your nautical relation in my sense is scarcely past, though you occupy a station in the lower middle class, ring the merry bells of worship, rend the air with warming wild, for the union of lordship with a humble captain's child,
for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water.
Let the air with joy be laden, ring with something air above, for the union of a maiden with the man who wants to love.
Never mind why and wherefore love can level ranks, and therefore I admit the jurisdiction in you have you played your part. You have carried through conviction to my hesitating heart.
Ring the merry bells of worship, rend the air with warming wild, for the union of me lordship with a humble captain's child,
for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water. Let the air with joy be laden,
Ring the merry bells of worship,
for the union of a maiden.
for the union with his lordship, ring with something air above, for the man who wants to love, ring with something air above, for the man who wants to love.
never mind the why and wherefore love can level ranks, and therefore though his lordship stations mighty, those stupendous being her tastes are mean and flighty, and her fortune poor and plain.
Ring the merry bells of worship, rend the air with warming wild, for the union of me lordship
With
with
a humble captain's child, for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a town who plows the water.
Let the air with joy be laden, ring with something air above, for the union of a maiden with the man who wants to love. Never mind the why and wherefore, love can level ranks, and therefore, though your nautical relation in my sense of scarcely past, though you occupy a station in the lower middle class, ring the merry bells of worship, rend the air with warming wild, for the union of his lordship with a humble captain's child,
for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water.
Let the air with joy be laden, ring with something air above, for the union of a maiden with the man who wants to love.
absent-minded light at the happy result of your eloquence. Your argument was unanswerable.
Captain Corcoran, it is one of the happiest characteristics of this glorious country that official utterances are invariably regarded as unanswerable.
At last, my fondest hopes have been realized. My only child to be the bride of a cabinet minister. The prospect is Elysium.
Captain,
Deadeye, you here.
don't shrink from me, Captain. I might be unpleasant to look at. My name's again, Bishop. I'm not as bad as all that.
What would you with me?
I've come to give you warning.
Are you going to leave the Navy then?
No, you misunderstand. Listen. I'm Captain, I prepared an information. Say that I commanded that you are about a certain English relation. See, the merry maiden and the tar.
Oh, Mary, 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 sing hey, Mary, Mary, and the tar. Good fellow in Columbus, you must meet me. Sing hey, the mystic sailor that you are. The answer to the baby I am seeking. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar. The merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar.
I'm Captain Royal Lady is a sighing. Sing hey, the simple captain that you are. There's very nice relax for to be flying. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar.
The merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden, the much too merry maiden and the tar. Good fellow, you have given timely warning. Sing hey, the thoughtful sailor that you are. I'll told your master Raxdor in the morning. Sing hey, the cat and nine tails and the tar. The merry cat and nine tails, the merry cat and nine tails, the merry cat and nine tails, and the tar.
Deadeye, I thank you for your warning. I was once take means to arrest their flight. That boat cloak will afford me ample disguise. So,
They're foiled! Foiled! Foiled!
Breathing gently as we may, every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away. Through the sea, why what was that?
Silently, it was the cat.
It was a cat.
They're right. It was the cat.
Pull ashore in fashion steady, Hymen will defray the fare. For a clergyman is ready to unite the happy pair. Goodness me, why what was that?
Silently, again the cat.
It was again the cat.
They're right. It was the cat.
Every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away. Every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away.
insist upon knowing where you may be going with the sons of the bride. Though an excellent crew and foes they could company, they're scarcely fit company, my daughter would.
The hawk and the doom, no foes we could company, but scarcely good company for a lady like you. Proud officer, that haughty eloquent girl, vain as that supercilious sneer, for I have dared to love your precious girl, a faithful to all my best here.
Oh, horror!
I, humbly poor and lowly born, the meanest in the war division, the part of ever left is gone, the mark of quarter death division, has dared to raise my worthy eyes above the dance to which you mold me, in Nan's glorious pride to rise. I am an Englishman, behold me, is an Englishman.
He is an Englishman, for he himself has said it, and it's greatly to his credit that he is an Englishman.
That he is an Englishman.
For he might have been a Russian, a French or Turk or Prussian, or perhaps Italian.
Or perhaps Italian.
But in spite of all temptations to belong to other nations, he remains an Englishman. He remains an Englishman.
For in spite of all temptations to belong to other nations, he remains an Englishman. He remains an Englishman.
In uttering a reprobation to any British tar, I try to speak with moderation, but you have gone too far. I'm very sorry to disparage a humble farmer's lad, but to take your captain's child in marriage, why, damn it, it's too bad. Yes, damn it, it's too bad. Yes, damn it, it's too bad.
Did you hear his and did you hear his and daddy the monster? Yes, but daddy's and daddy, his and daddy, his and daddy is daddy. Yes, daddy.
My pain and my distress, I find it is not easy to express. My amazement, my surprise, may learn from the expressions of my eyes.
My lord, one word, the facts are not before you. The word was injudicious, I allow. But hear my explanation, I implore you, and you will be indignant to my vow.
I will hear of no defense, attempt none if you're sensible. That word of evil sense is wholly indefensible. Go, rather get your hence to your cavern with celerity. This is the consequence of ill-advised asperity.
This is the consequence of ill-advised asperity.
For I'll teach you all ere long to refrain from language strong, for I haven't any sympathy for ill-bred taunts.
No more heavy sisters, noise, cousins, noise, arms.
No more heavy sisters, noise, cousins, noise, arms. No more heavy sisters, noise, cousins, noise, arms. These sisters, noise, cousins, noise, records, and my cousins, noise, arms. For he is an Englishman, for he himself has said it, and it's greatly to his credit that he is an Englishman. That
are a fine fellow.
Yes, Your Honour.
How came your captain so far to forget himself? I'm sure you gave him no cause for annoyance.
Well, you see, Your Honour, it was thus wise.
What wise?
Thus wise.
Oh, that wise.
Well, Your Honour, I'm only a topman, a mere foremast hand.
Oh, don't be ashamed of that. Your position as a topman is a rather exalted one.
Well, Your Honour, love burns as brightly in the forecastle as it does in the quarterdeck. And Josephine is the fairest bud that ever blossomed upon the tree of a poor fellow's wildest hopes.
Darling!
What?
She is the figurehead of my ship of life, the bright beacon that guides me to my port of happiness, the rarest, the purest gem that ever sparkled on a poor but worthy fellow's trusting brow.
Very pretty, very pretty.
Insolent sailor, you shall repent this outrage. Seize him.
Also, Joseph, spare me, for I love him tenderly.
Pray don't. I shall teach this presumptuous mariner to discipline his affections. Have you such a thing as a dungeon on board?
We have. They have.
Then clap him in. Clap him in chains and take him there at once.
Farewell, my own, light of my life, farewell. For crime unknown, I go to a dungeon cell.
I will atone. In the meantime, farewell. And rejoice in your dungeon cell.
A bone, I'll pick with this sailor fell. Let him at once be shown to his dungeon cell.
He'll hear no tone of a maiden he loves so well. No telephone communicates with his cell.
But when is known the secret I have to tell, wide will be thronged the door of his dungeon cell.
Here will my dawn, heart of my life farewell. For crime unknown, it goes to a dungeon, a dungeon
My pain and my distress, again it is not easy to express. My amazement, my surprise, again you may discover from my eyes.
How terrible the aspect of his eyes!
Oh! Ere upon your loss you lay much stress, a long concealed crime I won't confess. Many years ago, when I was young and charming, as some of you may know, I practiced baby farming.
Now this is most alarming. When she was young and charming, she practiced baby farming. How many years ago?
Two tender babes I nursed. One was of low condition, the other upper crust, a regular patrician.
Now this is the position. One was of low condition, the other a patrician. How many years ago?
Oh, bitter is my cup. However could I do it? I mixed those children up, and not a creature knew it.
However could you do it? Someday no doubt you'll rue it. Although
in childhood's happy hour, and that Rafe is really the captain, and the captain Rafe.
That is the idea I intended to convey officially.
And very well you have conveyed it too, Miss Buttercup.
Aye, aye, Your Honour.
Dear me. Let them appear before me at once.
It is hard, is it not, my dear?
This is a very singular occurrence. I congratulate you, both. Captain Rackstraw, desire this extremely fine seaman to step forward.
Corcoran, 3 paces to the front. March!
If what?
I don't understand.
If you please.
What?
The gentleman is quite right, if you please.
If you please.
You are an extremely fine fellow.
Yes, Your Honour.
So it seems that you were Rafe and Rafe was you.
So it seems, Your Honour.
Well, I need not tell you that after this change in your condition, a marriage with your daughter would be out of the question.
Don't say that, Your Honour. Love levels all ranks.
Oh, it does, and to a considerable extent. But it doesn't level them as much as all that. Here, take her, sir, and mind you treat her kindly.
Oh, bliss! Oh, rapture!
Oh, rapture! Oh, bliss!
Oh, sad my love and sorry. What can I do? I cannot live alone.
Do nothing. While I think I'm not deserted, I'll soothe and comfort your declining days.
Oh, don't do that.
Yes, but indeed I'd rather.
Oh, very well then. Tomorrow morn our vows shall all be plighted. 3 loving pairs. 4 loving pairs on the same day united.
All joy, or rapture, and foreseen by now, the sky is also in the golden day beyond. The fresh sun is inside high above the skies of days. Moving miles and mountains on the chase, the going gods of all captive. Find the maiden boy with none of all the corners trying to
For he's the captain of the Pinafore.
and I'm the captain too.
And long before I fall, I was captain of board, like a member of the crew.
And long before his fall, he was captain of a song, he's a member of the crew.
I shall marry another wife in my humble way of life. You, my own, she. I'll be one true and throw, but wherever I may go, I shall never be untrue to thee.
What never,
Oh, never.
what never,
Hardly ever.
how never be untrue to thee. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more to the throne, like captain of the Pinafore. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more, the captain of the Pinafore.
For he loves little Buttercup, dear little Buttercup, though I could never tell why. But still he loves Buttercup, poor little Buttercup, sweet little Buttercup, I.
For he loves little Buttercup, dear little Buttercup, though I could never tell why. But still he loves Buttercup, sweet little Buttercup, sweet little Buttercup,
I am the monarch of the sea, and when I've married thee, I'll be true to the devotion that my love implants.
And goodbye to your sisters and your cousins and your aunts.
Goodbye to your sisters and your cousins and your aunts, especially your cousins and my regular my cousins and your aunts. For he is an Englishman, for he himself has said it, and is greatly to his credit that he is an Englishman, that he is an Englishman.
You've obviously enjoyed tonight. Thank you very much.